Okay, I think we're live. Finally, excellent. Sorry about the delay, guys. For some reason, had a bit of an issue with Google Chrome getting me to start the class today, but we seem to be on track. So, if you have booked a slot in this class, please come along in now. Hopefully, you can join us now, which is great. I'm just going to share a couple of useful pages with you while we're waiting for our students to get here, or our other students. And I just want to share these with you because they may be of help to you with your experience here on Verbling. The first one that you can see there is my Facebook page, and the second is my Verbling teacher page. If you are a Facebook user, you may want to follow me or any of the other teachers on Facebook, just so that you can keep your eye on what's going on during the week. And if you would like to find out some more information about any of the teachers, whether it be who they are, their videos, their schedule, something to do with private tutoring, when their upcoming classes are, then the best place to go for that is to their Verbling teacher page. So do check out those two links when you have time, and we're going to say hello and see who we have for this class today. So first of all, I think we have Ali. How are you doing, Ali?
Hi, Amy. Doing well, thank you. How about
Good.
you?
I'm doing great, thank you, Ali. So tell me one interesting thing that's happened to you in the last week or so. Anything?
I don't know, nothing special in the last week. It was a usual week for me. I worked in the week and I relaxed and spent my time with my friends at the weekend. That's all.
Excellent. That sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah,
All
was
right, well,
okay.
it's lovely to see you. How's your work going? Have you sent off all your tax? I think at one point it was tax time for you. Are you past that now?
Yeah, it's a hard time for me about my work. I
Mm-hmm.
have to work too much, and it makes me tired sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, well, at least it sounds as if you've got plenty of work, which is always a good thing, even if it does get you a little bit tired. You just have to have a more relaxing weekend, Ali.
thank you.
All right, nice to see you. Welcome. Andre, how are you?
Hi, Amy. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. And tell me about you. Have you had anything interesting happen to you in the last week or so?
Uh, Interesting. No, only my work.
Only your work.
uh, Work, yeah. And I have a bad news that I need to work on oncoming weekend. So,
Oh
so
no,
I'm
you have
gonna,
to work the
yep,
weekend.
yep.
Why is that, Andre?
Because our one of our company in our group is going to move to another building. So, and we as IT department need
Mhm.
to do everything for that. So
So you have to get him ready and you
connect,
have to
yeah,
take over.
yeah, connect and all, everything, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that sounds like it's going to be a terrible weekend.
Yeah, I hope not.
Oh, Ajay, well, I hope it's not as bad as it sounds like it's going to be. I hope you get through the work and you can put your feet up maybe on Sunday.
Okay, okay.
All right, well, welcome both of you. I don't know whether anyone else is going to come along. I'm sorry about the late class, but we're going to get started anyway. So let's just talk about Cambodia for a moment. Have either of you ever been to Cambodia?
No.
Have you ever heard of
Mm,
Cambodia?
no.
Okay. All right,
Yes,
so
I've heard.
Cambodia, you've heard of it?
Yes, I guess it is somewhere in Asia, right?
Correct. Yes, we're going to actually read just a little excerpt from Wikipedia
Mhm.
so that we can figure out where it is. And then we're going to read an article about it today. So we're going to have a bit of a focus on our reading and our pronunciation. But first of all, let's have a look at Cambodia. So hopefully you can see that. And Ali, could you read the first paragraph for us, please?
Okay. Cambodia, officially known as the Kingdom of Cambodia and once known as the Khmer Empire, is a country located in the southern portion of the Indochina Peninsula in Southeast Asia. Its total landmass is 181,035 square kilometers, bordered by Thailand to the northwest, Laos to the northeast, Vietnam to the east, and the Gulf of Thailand to the southwest.
Excellent, and well done for achieving the reading of that number perfectly, Ali. All right, Andrzej, you're up for the second paragraph.
Okay, with a population of over 15 million, Cambodia is 69th most populous country in the world. The official religion in Theravada Buddhism, practiced by approximately 95% of the population. The country's minority groups include Vietnamese, Chinese, Chams, and 30 hill tribes. The capital and largest city in Phnom Penh, the political, economic, and cultural center of Cambodia. The kingdom is a constitutional monarchy with the Norodom Sihamoni, a monarch chosen by the Royal Throne Council as head of state. The head of government is Hun Sen, who is currently the longest-serving non-royal leader in Southeast Asia and has ruled Cambodia for over 25 years.
Thank you, Andrzej. This word here actually, yes, you did really well, especially with the Cambodian names. This one's pronounced the same. You said it correctly the first time, so it's monarch. Okay.
Monarch. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. There's an introduction to Cambodia. So it's in Southeast Asia, and it's bordered by a number of different countries, including Vietnam. Have you guys ever been to Asia at all for a holiday or a visit?
Yeah, I've been in Thailand, actually.
Okay, you've been to Thailand.
Near
Ali, have you been anywhere nearby? No?
No.
Okay,
No.
so tell us about Thailand, Andrzej. What did you do in Thailand?
I was on my vacation, and what can I tell about it? It's very hot country, but it was this rain season actually, because sometimes it was how do you call it? These very hard rains when they're cats and dogs. Monsoon, okay.
When they're cats and dogs. When it's raining we used to call it a monsoon. Monsoon is like the rainy season, where it rains really, really heavily and then stops. Rain.
But it stops very unexpectedly, and the sun goes out and everything okay. So
everything okay. Yeah, for sure. So it kept raining while you were in Thailand.
It kept raining.
It kept raining while you were in Thailand.
It was raining sometimes. You know, it's not always, but sometimes it was.
All right.
But I got a very good suntan actually, and
awesome. So what was the best thing about it, would you say, Andrzej?
Pardon?
What was the best thing about your trip to Thailand?
Pardon?
What would you say? You have to recommend it to me.
I think I was on excursion in Thailand. It was a river. I can't remember its name. I guess it's a very popular river. I think it is known by. I think it is running in Vietnam as well. It is known from the World War, or maybe war in
Maybe
Vietnam,
the Mekong River,
maybe like
possibly.
that. No, I think it's something else, but I can't remember actually. But
Okay.
it was you know, in Thailand there are many beautiful places like many forests, jungles actually, and there are places where they live on the water. You know, they build their houses almost on the water, and they have their boats, and they always, you know, they have some kind of markets there, and
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
it's very interesting life there. So
Yeah. So it sounds like a really different culture and unusual things to see, perhaps.
unusual.
Things to
I
see.
don't know.
Unusual things to see.
I don't
Possibly.
know.
Not really.
I was in Pattaya, so maybe the city of Pattaya is unusual sometimes. You know,
I'm
for
sure
what
every
reason?
city is unusual sometimes. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Andre, for sharing that. I've never been to Thailand. The only part of Asia I've been to is China, so I'm not very familiar with that part of the world. Ali, what about you? Does visiting that part of Asia interest you, do you think, or not really? Would you rather go somewhere else?
Uh, I like to go to Asia because there are some interesting countries
Yeah.
like China, uh, I don't know, Cambodia, Vietnam, or uh, because there is, I think, uh, nature, maybe not very modern cities or places.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like ancient culture in there, I
Mhm.
think, and the people are different. They have different culture from rest of the world, I think. Uh,
Definitely.
yeah, I want to see some countries in the Asia, like India, China. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Oh, the River Kwai. Yes, that is very famous, Angie. I think from the war. Yeah, you're right. Okay, couldn't think of that, but now I definitely know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So, what we're going to read, guys, is about a visit to Cambodia. This is quite a long article, so we won't get through all of it today. But I think it's an interesting one. You find out a lot about the country, and it's great reading practice. So, as I usually say, just take your time with your reading. There's no need to rush through. Just make sure you try and pronounce to your best ability. And we'll pause after every section so that we can check to see if we understand the vocabulary. So, as we've already done one round each, I'll get Ali to read for us from here, please.
Uh, Only two lines?
Yes. Oh, no, not just 2 lines, but just start from here, please, Ali. If you want to find the article yourself, you can just click on that link there. Yes, just read. We'll give you quite a big section to read, Ali, okay? So just when I say stop, you can stop.
Okay. As Mr. Kim navigated his car onto the potholed road that led to Banteay Khamar, he turned to me. "Where are you staying?" he asked. "I don't know," I said. He looked at me out of the corner of his eye. "There are no hotels in Banteay. Is it Khamar or I don't know."
Don't worry about it, Ali. I'm not too sure, but it's not the focus,
Okay,
so just however you like.
okay. "I know," I said. "I arranged the homestay on my computer." "Okay, where is the home?" "I don't know." He swelled to face me. Where should I take you? This moment seemed to symbolize my entire Cambodia trip. Where was I going? Why was I here? I had arrived in Cambodia after a week-long tour consisting of lectures, book readings, and writing workshops in Melbourne and Singapore. When I was planning that tour half a year earlier, I realized that Siem Reap was just a short flight from Singapore. I had been wanting to visit Siem Reap since childhood when I had seen a photo of Angkor Wat in a National Geographic magazine. Some kind of seed has been planted then, and over 4 decades, its stony tendrils had blossomed into a irresistible longing. I had to see that place, touch its ground, smell its air. Now it would be just 2 hours away by plane. I booked a 1 week visit.
Well done, Ali. Great reading. Okay, there's only really one word that I wanted to go over here. And I could tell there were a few newish words for you, but you did really well with them. Here we go. This one here is realized.
Realized.
Correct. Okay, so let's just pause for a second and talk about any new words for either of you. So, Andre or Ali, do you have any questions about words?
I've seen puddles. Puddle is kind of water on the road, right?
Not water, it's holes, Andre. They could be filled with water. But yeah, it generally means that there's holes. Potholes are things that you need to avoid, otherwise your car goes up and down, bumping around. And it means that the road's not very good, really.
Mm.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I've seen some somewhere, but I can't find it. Tendrils. It's stony tendrils. Yeah.
Okay. So a tendril is like a long part of a creature. If you think of a jellyfish, the jellyfish has tendrils. They're like long kind of leg things. They're not exactly legs, which float in the water behind the jellyfish. They are tendrils. So in this case, it's talking about, because it's given the metaphor of a seed. When a seed starts to grow, it puts its roots down, and the roots are sort of like tendrils. So I'm guessing that's why he used this. And he says stony, I think because the place that he wants to go, Angkor Wat, is made of stone. I'm not too sure why he chooses the word stony. It could also be because it's very firm in his mind, something like that. But tendrils are those long things that are on jellyfish. Do you understand what I mean, Andrew?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, great. Any other questions? No? Okay. So, Ali, no, I'll ask Andrew, because Ali, you were just reading. Who is this guy, and what have we found out about him so far?
We found that he's a lecturer, something like that. He read lectures or make workshops and something. Maybe he's a writer,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, and he is traveling in the Asia, and when he planned his trip to Asia, he found out that he can visit some place, I guess in Cambodia. He knew from the childhood, I guess, when he read somewhere in the National Geographic magazine something about it.
Yep, correct. Absolutely great summary. I was going to say something and I've totally forgotten what it was. Yeah, so he's decided that he's going to go and visit Cambodia because he's so close and he has the chance to go there. And you're right, I think he's a writer. It hasn't actually told us, but it sounds like he's a writer, especially since he's writing this. Okay, so let's find out what happens next. Ali, Andre, it's your turn. Over the ensuing months.
Okay, over the ensuing months, as I was researching Siem Reap, I discovered a village about 160 kilometers to the northwest called Benti Chmar, where an organization named Community-Based Tourism arranged homestays. There was scant information online, but what I found promised amazing ruins and kind people. At first, I thought I would base myself in Siem Reap and spend one night in Benti Chmar. Then I decided to make it 2 nights. As time passed, the image of going off the map to little visited Benti Chmar took hold of me, and I ended up reserving a 3-night stay through the CBT's website.
Great. Keep going.
Okay, Mr. Kim met me at the airport to take me to the Siem Reap hotel. During the 20 minutes drive, he spoke easily and impressed me with his knowledge, English fluency, and calm, kind air. I asked him about getting to Benti Chmar. A few years earlier, he said the drive would have taken most of a day, but recently a paved highway had been built almost all the way to the village, and now the journey would be about 3 hours by highway and just 30 minutes along bumpy unpaved paths. Of course, he added me with a wry smile as a sudden downpour turned the windshield into a washing machine. It's the rainy season, so it might take longer. I asked if he could take me, and he said sure, that he liked that part of Cambodia and had served in the army there.
Great reading, thank you, Andre. Okay, just 2 words. So the first one here is this one. This is wry, a wry smile.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know that word.
Yes, I could tell. We'll come and see if Ali knows it in a moment. The second one is downpour.
Downpour.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ali, do you happen to know what the word wry means?
Right, it's not maybe a good shape or
Yes, actually, you're very close because that is the word awry. If something's gone awry, then you're right. It's gone like into a bad way. It's gone into a bad shape. It's not going well.
not
However,
straight, maybe.
yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah, twisted, curved, or it could be just figuratively gone wrong. If your plans have gone awry, it means like they've not worked out the way you hoped, which quite often happens. Okay, but wry here just means like a kind of amused, maybe, and it's a bit of a weird word because it kind of means almost a bit tired, sort of as if really the man who is driving knows more than the man who is asking. So he's kind of thinking it's quite funny because he's told them that he's told the guy that the journey would be 3 hours, but then he says actually it might take longer because in the rainy season obviously it's more difficult to drive. And I think he's thinking, well, this guy from Western country has no idea what he's in for. It's that kind of idea, okay? All right, we'll just go back to this paragraph here to check that there was everything clear. Any other questions about this paragraph that Andre read?
Yeah, scanned information is not perfect, maybe. Scanned, what is scanned?
Scant means not much, hardly any
Not much.
information. Yeah. Anything else? Nope. Okay, anything else from this paragraph? No? Alright, perfect.
No,
So,
no.
No.
What is
downpour.
downpour?
What is a downpour? Anyone know?
Heavy rain.
Yeah,
Something like
exactly. It's
Okay.
just heavy rain. A downpour is exactly what Andrew was talking about when he was talking about Thailand. Sudden downpours, like when the rain just suddenly starts without any warning at all and it's very heavy. So I think tropical countries get this kind of rain. Sometimes we get it here, or we don't get it very often in the UK because it's not really that kind of weather system. Okay, so Ali, I'm going to ask you now because Andre just read. What's happened now? What else have we found out about this guy? How did he find out about this place that he's going to, and why did he decide to go there?
Uh, I think he researched about a city like Siem Reap,
Yep.
and he discovered a village near that city, and uh, he found some interesting information about there, and maybe uh, uh, some kind people, or interesting people there, and he
Mhm.
decided to visit this place.
Excellent. Very good. And what kind of place is it, Ali? Just what kind of idea about this place do you get? Whereabouts is it, and what kind of thing is he going to experience there, do you think?
I think there is not a modern city, maybe like
Mhm.
modern city, and I think uh, government, or I don't know, uh, built some highways lately.
Yep.
Uh, uh, yes,
All right. Yeah, great. So it's sort of a bit of an isolated village, although recently it has had
yeah.
a paved highway built to it. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
it's maybe difficult to reach there.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe the road is take too much time to go
Yeah.
and back. That's why the driver, I don't know who is that, uh, talk to him too much. I think when uh, they are on the travel, or they are driving to the village.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. So it's quite isolated, quite a difficult journey, and quite a long journey. So he's going to sort of a bit of an isolated, very traditional Cambodian village. Does this appeal to either of you? If you go to a country that's very different from your own, does it appeal to you to kind of go into the isolated areas of the country where the local people live, or do you prefer to stay in the cities where there's kind of entertainment and that kind of thing?
I think it take guts to go somewhere in, like isolated, because it's not safe there. Maybe it could be not
Nicely
safe there.
put, Andre. Yeah, it takes guts. I agree with you. I think you do have to have guts. Because, yeah, it could, I mean, if
Maybe.
something happens to you or you're far away from hospital or civilization or getting out of the country. So, yeah, it takes guts. What do you think, Ali?
Maybe there is some cannibals. It's dangerous.
Well, it could be. I don't think there is. But, yes, you never know. All right, let's carry on reading. So, Ali, your turn. Over the next 2.5 days.
Okay. Over the next 2.5 days, I immersed myself in a giddy, round horizon gorging in Siem Reap. I saw Angkor Wat and down and dust, mysterious strangler feet up from the benevolent, beguiling faces of Bayon and its exquisite Panthe's ray. I slank back Indochine martinis at the seductive Miss Wong bar and savoured a six-course seasonal feast at acclaimed cuisine Wat Damnak. I was exultant to have reached the place I had dreamed of for decades, but somehow among the thousands of balloon-painted, sarong-wrapped, selfie-snapping foreigners, I sensed the essence of Cambodia eluding me. Even immersed in the cultural heart of the country, I felt somehow distanced from the place.
Thank you, Ali. Wonderful reading. That was a tricky paragraph. All right, so he's given us a lot of good words in here, and it gives you a very nice description of the place. It kind of really builds the atmosphere. But I'm guessing there may be a few words in here that we need to go over, so we're just going to pause, and I'll wait for you guys to tell me. Are there any words in here that you would like to know the meaning of?
Many words here. It's,
Yeah, all
giddy or giddy, maybe giddy, I guess.
Okay, giddy. Yes, giddy means if you feel giddy, it's sort of like the same as being dizzy, that you feel like you're going to fall over.
Mm-hmm. And
deluge.
dodging.
Okay, so a deluge is the same as a downpour, really. It's another word for a really, really heavy rain. Or it doesn't have to actually be rain. It could be like a flood or something, but usually it is rain. And to dodge means that you are trying to avoid it. So if you're deluge dodging, you are trying to avoid getting hit by the rain, basically.
Uh-huh. Ruin hopping.
Okay, I don't know whether you're familiar with this with the verb to hop, but if we do something hopping, what we're usually doing is going from one thing to the next. So we're hopping between the ruins. So ruin hopping means you see one ruin and then you go and see another ruin and then you go and see another ruin. It's like you're hopping from one ruin to the next. So hopping is when you jump on one leg, but in this case we're really using it in a figurative way because you're obviously not jumping on one leg. But yeah, it's that idea.
But did he mean ruin is ancient something some
Yes.
building, not building, but some
Yes, building. Well, the ruin
buildings
of a
or
building
maybe
is, yeah, it used to be a building, Andre. So the ruins of something are
ancient
like,
buildings, yeah.
yes, exactly.
Restaurant gorging.
Gorging. Okay, so to gorge means to eat a really huge amount of food. If you gorge yourself, then you eat loads. So you just go around and eat lots and lots of food in different restaurants.
Angkor Wat at dawn.
Okay, Angkor Wat is a very famous place in Cambodia. Just wondering if it might be worth me while looking here. If I change this and we go to Google, I'll show you because you might recognize it. Oops, how do you spell it? Angkor. It's like a big temple place. So there you go. It's sort of, I don't know whether you've ever seen images of it. It's a very ancient temple, and it's very famous. So this is it. It's not coming into focus, but maybe that one's better. So that's what it's talking about. This is a place, okay?
Strangler, fig. What?
This one's a very strange one, actually. I'm trying to figure this out myself. A fig is usually a tree.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that we're talking about a fig tree, but this is not too clear to me, so I wouldn't worry about it, guys, too much. If something is strangled or has stranglers, it usually means that there's some kind of a plant that's wrapping itself around. So if you think of your garden and like a plant is trying to grow, it may be strangled by weeds. So weeds are sort of wrapping themselves around the plant and stifling its growth. So I would say that that's what it's talking about, but I can't actually be sure, so don't worry about that one.
Benevolent.
Yeah.
Benevolence. It's sort of kind-hearted. Okay? It's like a nice way to describe somebody. If they're benevolent, they're kind.
Okay.
Big willing or
Beguiling. Okay,
beguiling.
beguiling means that they're sort of in some way attractive or interesting, or it sometimes can mean that you are being tricked by them. But in this case, I don't think so. I think it really means that they are, if something's beguiling to you, it means like you're very curious to find out more about it. How are we doing?
Swore.
Bantaisri.
Where have you got here? Sorry, what was that one, Ali? I didn't hear you.
And exquisite Bantaisri.
Okay, so the words with capitals are just places, okay? And exquisite. Andre, do you know what exquisite means?
Yeah, it's something rare, maybe original, something like that. No?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, exquisite means very, very, very high quality. Something very, could be rare,
Expensive.
very unusual, expensive. Yeah, exactly. I just want to say a quick hello to Alex. Hello, Alex. Are you there? No? All right, we will carry on. Any other words, guys? You're doing really well.
Savoured or savoured. I'm not sure.
Savored. Savored.
Savor. Okay.
If you savor something, it means that you slowly enjoy it. You don't sort of rush through because it's really, really enjoyable. So you want to really thoroughly enjoy the experience. So you kind of take it really slowly. So you might savor like a nice glass of wine, for example.
Mm-hmm. I was exultant.
Yep, exultant. Exultant. That means very, 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 very pleased. Really happy with yourself.
Okay.
Because he's achieved something pretty amazing. Because he's always been thinking about coming here, and he's finally come here.
What is sarong?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so a sarong is one of those sort of like a skirt type thing. It's like a piece of material that you wrap around your waist when you're at the beach. It's like just a sort of a skirt that you can wear if you're a man or a woman. You wrap it around your swimming costume or something when you're on the beach. And it's only really the type of thing you wear when you're on holiday. So he's sort of making fun of tourists a bit. Because he says they're all wearing balloon pants or balloon trousers, and they've all got sarongs wrapped around them. So they're looking really touristy.
Alluding at it's attracting.
No, alluding is not attracting. Alluding is you can't find it. You're not able to find this thing. So the essence of Cambodia is somehow hidden from him in a way because he's just surrounded by all these annoying tourists and he can't feel what real Cambodia is like.
Mhm.
Oh, a lot of words. We didn't
That
know.
was a lot of words. Are you guys still alive? You okay?
Where did he get so many words here? And
Yeah, it's a bit of a descriptive paragraph. So, yeah, that's why there are so many words. To be honest, the words are actually very, very descriptive. So once you read this, you get a really good idea of what it's like in this place. I think he's done that on purpose. But for you guys, yes, it was a bit of an overload. So we'll continue. We're going on to the next page. And I can't remember whose turn it is. I think it's your turn, Andre, isn't it?
yes.
Okay, Andre, off you go. We're going to find out more about what happens next to this guy.
Okay, so it was that on my third morning, filled with a mixture of apprehension and anticipation, as I set off with Mr. Kim for Banti Chmar. The drive was spectacular. Palm trees, rice paddies, cassava fields, stilt houses, bright-eyed children waving and calling hello. And it was only when we arrived at the outskirts of the village that I realized I literally had no idea where I was going. The emailed reservation confirmation had said to check in with the